Hello everyone, Phoenix Knight here. Welcome to the channel, and welcome back to the 1972 NFL season in Momentum Football. Week 3 was a great game between the Cowboys and the Giants, with the Cowboys escaping that one by a final score of 31-24. So now we're headed to Cleveland, Ohio, and Cleveland Stadium for tonight's Week 3 feature game between the Cleveland Browns and the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. Let me go check the record, but I believe both teams are 2-1. I stand corrected. Both teams are 1-1, as this is week 3 that we're heading into. So we're just about. So we're going to break a tie for second place in the AFC Central Division. Without any further ado, we can get right into the coin toss for tonight's game. The coin toss for tonight is going to be the same way that we do every coin toss. Red for the Browns, white for the Bengals, blue for the decision. Odds, the winning team will defer. Evens, the winning team will receive. That looks to me like the Bengals win the coin toss and they will receive. We are all set to go, so let's get into this one. Fortunately for both teams, we can skip the kickoff return procedure because neither team can return a kickoff for a touchdown. The Bengals, as I mentioned, do win the coin toss and they will receive. And we are officially set for the first quarter of this game. So let's jump right into it. Wow, we're taking 10 time off the clock. Bengals leading off with a very punishing drive. All right, that's a 10 on the blue and yellow dice, which means we'll be reading that from Cincinnati's offense. And a 56 is going to be a field goal attempt. Horst Mohlman is going to come on to try to give the Bengals the early 3-0 lead. He is an 11-46 on the field goal to put it up to give the Bengals the early lead. That's a 14. That kick is up and good. 4 plus 8 is 12 plus 17. That's a 29-yard kick. And that will give the Bengals the early 3-0 lead. As Cleveland Stadium knows, it's very early in this one. No need to panic just yet. We have a lot of football left to play. Speaking of the Browns, it will be their drive next once I remember to update the score sheet. The Browns will take 7 time off the clock with that drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5 will be coming off of Cincinnati's defense with a 55, and that's going to be a field goal attempt. Don Cockcroft will come on to try to tie the game for the Browns. He needs an 11-55. He's probably the best. He's definitely the best kicker we've seen so far in this replay. Let's see if the Browns are able to tie the game. Yes, they are. That kick is up and good. This one will also be good from 4, 8, 25-yard kick. And the Browns will tie the game at 3 apiece. That's not a momentum-changing play, though, because the Browns were not able to take the lead on that play. So we'll move over to the Bengals next for this one. Wow, that's a quick drive, taking only 5 time off the clock. All right, that's a 2 that'll be coming off of Cleveland's defense with a 24 for a quarterback sack. And the Browns will pull momentum in their direction. And we'll see what kind of yardage the Bengals lost on the sack. That's a 6-yard loss for the Bengals. And the Browns can't return a punt for the touchdown, so that will get punted over to Cleveland for their next drive. We'll see what the Browns are able to do with this one. Taking off another 9 time. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Taking off 9 time. 9 is coming off of Cleveland's offense with a 53. That'll be a field goal attempt for Don Cockroft to try to give the Browns the lead. We've got a defensive struggle here between these two teams. We'll see if Cockroft can give the Browns the lead. That's a 61. That kick is no good. 6, 14, 31-yard kick, but 31-yard kick, but he misses it. That'll pull momentum back toward the Bengals, and we are still not at 3. Cincinnati with their next drive of the first quarter. We have already 4:40 left in the first quarter. Fast-moving game, but this game tends to be a little bit faster moving, which I don't mind that in the slightest. Bengals taking another 8 time off the clock with this next drive. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A 5 is coming off of Cleveland's defense with a 62, though, and that's going to be a touchdown run for the Bengals. And the Bengals are first to break through. We'll roll for the touchdown for the Bengals. 52 is Ken Anderson making the sneak on that one, and he'll take that in from 3 yards out. And then here will come Mulliman in a second, as that will pull momentum all the way over for the Bengals, as it is now 9-3, pending the extra point for the Bengals. Mulliman is an 11-65 on the red dice to make the extra point. And that 53, the extra point, will be up and good. And that will give the Bengals a 10-3 lead with 2 minutes left in the first quarter. Browns faithful, again, knowing there's a lot of football left to play in this one. So we'll update the score over to 10-3. Browns getting their next drive of the first quarter, which will probably be their last drive of the quarter. Taking off another 7 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, which will be the last drive of the quarter, actually. An 8 is coming off of their offense with a 52, and that's going to be another field goal attempt, as they'll send Cockroft out again. He was good from 25, but missed from 31. Let's see what he's able to do with this kick. That will also be no good. Cockroft will miss another one. 12, 18, missing a 35-yard kick this time. But that will be no good, and the Bengals will hold a 10-3 lead heading into the second quarter. as the Bengals will get their first offensive drive, will get their first drive of the second quarter. So let's see what the Bengals are able to do with this one. We'll be ticking off another 8 time for that one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 7 is coming off the team with momentum. Right now, that is Cincinnati. Everything's going the Bengals' way right now. A 45 is going to be another field goal attempt. Molman will come out and try to make this a 2-score game. He was good from 29, so let's see what he can do with this kick. That will be easily up and good. 2 plus 2, 9, 26-yard kick for Molman. As Molman is 2 for 2, and that will make the score. Once I can make this cooperate with me. 13-3 in favor of the Bengals. Now Cleveland Stadium is not real happy with what they're seeing here. Second quarter, Cleveland with their second drive of the second quarter, I believe. Yes. No, their first drive of the second quarter. They're ticking off another 5 time with what looks like it's going to be another fast drive. 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is coming off of Cincinnati's defense with a 23, and that's going to be another quarterback sack. And I did forget to roll for the punt on the Bengals because the Bengals do have a chance to return the punt for a touchdown. But before that, we need to know how much yardage the Browns lost on the sack. That will be a 9-yard loss. That was a terrible sack if you're a Browns fan. We'll see if the Bengals are able to return the punt for a touchdown. They're an 11-12, but the 12 needs a 41 and less on the blue and yellow dice. Which that's a 64. There'll be no punt return for the touchdown. But the Bengals will get another drive here in the second quarter with 10:20 remaining in the second quarter. Let's see what the Bengals are able to do with this drive. Taking off 6 time from the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 4 is going to be coming off of the Browns' defense, right? Yes. With a 55. And that's going to be another field goal attempt. Here comes Molman again. Molman so far has been good from 29 and from 26. Let's see if he's able to make it 3 for 3 and continue extending the Bengals' lead. 32 says he will extend the lead. So that kick will be up and good. 16, another 33-yard kick. And Molman proves golden again as the Bengals now open up a 16-3 lead over the Browns in Cleveland Stadium. Really not liking what they're seeing tonight. Browns need to get something going here. Their defense is holding, but the offense just isn't giving them any help. That's going to be 7 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 4 is actually coming off of Cincinnati's defense with a 56, and that'll be another field goal attempt. The Browns have to send Cockcroft out again. Cockcroft so far has been good from 25, missed from 31, and from 25. So Cockcroft not having a good night tonight. Let's see what the Browns are able to do with this kick. Browns need to get some points here. They need to help their defense out is what they need to do. That is a 41. That will be up and good to give the Browns some points. 4 plus 3 is 7 plus 17 is a 24-yard kick. And the Browns now have closed the lead, closed the game to within 10. Hold on a second while I put my phone on Do Not Disturb. All right. The Browns are trying to close in on this one. Let's see what the Bengals can do with their next drive in the second quarter. Wow, a very grindy drive as the Bengals are going to be ticking 11 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And 11 is going to be coming off of Cincinnati's offense with a 55. That'll be another field goal attempt as Molman will be charged with coming out to try to get those 3 points right back for the Bengals to keep this a 2-touchdown game. Let's see if the Bengals can get this one. And they can. The kick is up and good. 16, 33, another 33-yard kick. And that kick is up and good. And the Bengals now open up a 19-6 lead. Browns fans not happy with what they see tonight. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 time left in the second quarter, which will be the last play of this will probably be the last drive for the Browns, certainly in the first half. That will be 7 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 9 is coming off of Cleveland's offense with a 16. That's going to be an interception, as the Browns can't get anything going today. The Bengals do have an opportunity for a touchdown. They're an 11-16, but a 16 requires a 32 and under on the blue and yellow dice. That's a 12, and the Bengals are going to return that interception for a touchdown. Stadium barfs. Bleh. 34 is Tommy Casanova making that interception return. And the Bengals are starting to tee off on the Browns here. Score is now 25-6 pending the extra point, and Browns fans are not happy with what they see here. So here comes Molman to try to add the extra point. And he will add the extra point. As the score is now 26-6 in favor of the Bengals. Browns fans not happy with what they see. We'll roll the drive for the Bengals because why not at this point? But any amount of time, yep, that will take us right into halftime. So Cincinnati would have had in the second quarter that would have been a 7-time drive, but we are headed into halftime. Which the only good thing for the Browns there is momentum will get reset, but there is, let's see, 16-3. Trying to keep the box score straight. So we are going to be into the third quarter, but I will take a quick break. Don't forget, we still have Ultra Quick Football as the ticker coming up after this game. Our next game will be tomorrow night, as we'll be headed to the not-so-frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, as the Chicago Bears will be in town for a local, to me anyway, favorite rivalry, as the Chicago Bears will play the Green Bay Packers in a pivotal NFC Central Division matchup. Bears-Packers tomorrow. I say tomorrow night, but I'm kind of guessing at the scheduling on that one. It could very easily be tomorrow afternoon, depending on how things go, because tomorrow is also my group game day at my local game store. So we'll see how things unfold. But since the Bengals received the opening kickoff, the Browns get the first drive of the third quarter. And they've got a big hill to climb, as they're down by 3 touchdowns. And they need all kinds of help here in the second half. Nothing went right, including a pick right at the end of the first half. Browns need to forget that in a hurry. As they're taking 8 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And 8 is coming off of Cleveland's offense, right? Yes. 8 off of Cleveland's offense with a 55. And that's going to be a field goal attempt. Here comes Cockcroft, who's not been having a good day with his leg. Cockcroft was good from 25 and from 24. He's missed, though, from 31, 25, and thought he had one more miss. Oh well. Looks like he's 2 for 4 on the day. He is responsible for all 6 of Cleveland's points tonight, though, as my blue die goes flying. He needs to be responsible for a lot more, and his offense needs to give him some serious help. Cockcroft is not winning this game all by himself. That's a 32, so that kick will be up and good. 6, 11, 28-yard kick for Cockcroft. And the Browns will start the scoring in the third quarter, as they're now only trailing 26-9. But when all you can score here, I apologize for the revving out the window. It's theoretically they're getting points, but when you're only getting field goals, a 3-touchdown deficit is a big hill to climb. Let's see what the Bengals can do with their first drive of the third quarter. They're taking 6 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6 is coming off of Cleveland's defense with a 22, and that's going to be a quarterback sack. Cleveland faithful sarcastically cheer. Yay. We'll see how much yardage is lost on the sack. That's a 9-yard loss on the sack. Sack is momentum changing. Maybe that will be the cause to awaken the Browns on this one. The Browns can't return a punt for a touchdown. No possibility of a block, so we'll go right to Cleveland's second drive of the third quarter. Hopefully their offense can start getting something going for them. Their defense is actually playing pretty well. Special teams is kind of iffy, but the offense has been really terrible tonight. With another 5-time drive, that probably won't help. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Down to 8:40 remaining in the third quarter. A 3 is coming off of Cincinnati's defense with a 24. That'll be another quarterback sack. Lady Luck giveth, and Lady Luck taketh away. With another 9-yard loss. And we'll see what happens on the punt for the Bengals. Once again, they're in 11-12 to take this back, but the 12 requires a 41 and under on blue and yellow. Which, that's a 65. That will not be returned for a touchdown. Cincinnati will get the ball back. They currently don't have the momentum in the second half, but they do have the lead, and that counts for a lot more in this replay. Stop dropping dice, Phoenix, and the drive for the Bengals is taking off another 7 time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And 11 is coming off of Cincinnati's offense, but a 21 is going to be another quarterback sack, and the Browns defense is playing well tonight, but they gave up the Cincinnati looks like they're going to have given up just enough. Actually, I don't know why I'm rolling all 4. I only need the blue and yellow for a yardage loss, because that's a 2-yard loss, so a moderate loss. But that will actually momentum should be there, and now it's back here. Cleveland with their, what is this going to be, their 3rd drive of the 3rd quarter. Browns offense needs to get something going. 7 time coming off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 4 minutes remaining in the 3rd quarter. 7 is coming off of the team with momentum, which right now that is Cincinnati. A 32 on Cincinnati's defense is going to be a punt. So the Browns will have to punt that one away. We've already seen an interception return for a touchdown by the Bengals. Can they get another one here? Let's see what the Bengals are able to do with this punt. That's a 23, so there'll be no return on the punt for a touchdown. 26-9, 26-9. So Cincinnati will get that one back. We'll get the ball back. We'll see what they can do with this drive in the 3rd quarter. Still plenty of time left in the quarter. They'll be taking another 7 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Down to 1:40 left in the quarter. 9 is coming off of Cincinnati's offense with the 42. That's going to be a key pass. Bengals have a chance to keep the drive going. Let's see what they can do with this key pass. So this presumably is going to be a 3rd down pass. We'll use red and white for the pass attempt. 64 is going to be Doug Dressler, the fullback. And then blue and yellow will be the result. That's a 25. And that's going to be a 1st down for the Bengals. Which means they'll get another drive. They'll get another offensive reading. And then pull momentum back in their direction. So this drive is coming off of the offense no matter what. As the Bengals will take another 6 time off the clock. 3rd quarter, 6 more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 into the last drive of the 3rd quarter. With a 55 on Cincinnati's offense is going to be another field goal attempt. As out will come Molman to continue to extend the Bengals lead. He's an 11-46 on the kick. That's a 65. Kick is no good. Kick is no good. From 38, 55-yard kick. Who thought it was a bright idea to try that? I guess that's what the dice decided. But that will pull momentum back in the Browns' direction, and this will be their first drive of the 4th quarter. Faithful at Cleveland Stadium, though, not happy with what they see so far, as they're still looking at a scoreboard that is not their friend tonight, as the Browns are going into the 4th quarter down 26-9. They need 2 scores here. They're taking 8 time off the clock in the 4th quarter, and I did remember to change the scoreboard, thankfully. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. An 8 is coming off of Cleveland's offense, but a 23. The Browns are going to have to punt that one. 23 is actually a quarterback sack. I was looking at the Bengals offensive chart. So that's a quarterback sack. Philip Anderson, first to join us tonight at Cleveland Stadium. Just in time to watch the fourth quarter of the game where Cincinnati's been mostly dominant. Oop, wrong dice. That's a 7-yard loss. And I do encourage you to go back and watch the replay for this one because it's been a wild one tonight. Cincinnati with a chance to return this punt for a touchdown. That's a 26, so no punt return for a touchdown. But Cincinnati does have control of the football now. And yes, the Bengals are doing both of these teams are doing all right so far. They're 1-1. They're both 1-1, so they're tied for second in the AFC Central. But this game has been very one-sided. As we're taking another 6 time off the clock for the Bengals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A 6 is coming off of Cleveland's defense with a 41, and the Bengals are going to have to punt that one away. Browns can't return this one for a touchdown. Score remains 26-9. Cleveland with their next drive in the fourth quarter. Taking another 7 time off the clock. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 is coming off the team with momentum, which since momentum is even, that actually goes to the home team, so that's Cleveland. But a 33 says they'll have to punt that one away. We'll see if the Bengals can return this one for a touchdown. The 52 on red and white says no return for a touchdown. The Bengals were down to 7:40 left in the fourth quarter. If the Browns are going to get something going and or start showing life, now would be a great time for them to do it. That's another 7 time coming off the clock, though. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 9 is coming off of Cincinnati's offense with a 50. 9 is coming off the Bengals' offense with a 52. And that's going to be another field goal attempt. As here comes Molman to try to put the nail in the coffin for this one, because we're definitely getting down to the nitty gritty of it. The Browns have to have 3 very quick strikes and recover at least 2 onside kicks. That's an 11, so that will be a chip shot, but it'll be up and good. 8, actually that'll be 1, 9, plus 17 is 26 yards. But that kick is up and good. And the Bengals will now go up by a score, once I can make the scoreboard cooperate, of 29-9. And now I think we're at the point where the Cleveland faithful are probably going to start emptying out of Cleveland Stadium to try to beat traffic on the way home. Because this game has not gone the Browns' way at all. But the Browns have the next drive in the fourth quarter. As the yellow die goes falling there. We'll be taking another 9 time off the clock. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Long drives are not what the Browns want right now. 9 is coming off of Cleveland's offense with a 45, and that's going to be a key pass for the Browns. We'll see if they can keep the drive going. Preferably, they'd want to score here, but they've got to get very lucky on this one. 43 says the key pass is going to Milt Moore in the tight end. A 44 says the Browns are going to have to punt that one away. And that will pull momentum back toward the Bengals. And we'll see if the Bengals can return the punt for a touchdown. That's a 12, but that's a 43 on blue and yellow. So close, but no cigar. So the Bengals are not able to return that for a touchdown and probably ice this game. But they may be about to ice it here as it is. Because the Bengals have their next drive of the fourth quarter, and if they take off at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 times, this game will be over. Except that's a 4-time drive. Probably not with the... Well, they're still chewing up clock, which is very much what the doctor ordered here. 5 coming off of the Browns... Coming off the Browns defense. And a 12 is going to be a fumble. We'll see if the Browns can return the fumble for a touchdown, but I think we are all kinds of in garbage time on this one. 11-13 for a touchdown, but the 13 requires a 23 and under on the blue and yellow dice for the Browns. That's a 64. Fumble won't be returned for a touchdown. But it is momentum changing. Cleveland, with their last drive of the game, most likely the last drive of the game. As my dice go flying on me again. That is 7 time, and that will be the final gun. 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the final gun. And the Cincinnati Bengals will take this one by a final score of 29-9. The Browns' defense ultimately played well, but the offense just couldn't get anything going. So, we are not done yet, though, as we've got Ultra Quick Football coming up next. Let's find out how the rest of the NFL fared for Week 3. First up, the Rams and the Falcons. As always, red percentile for the away team, green percentile for the home team. The Rams roll in 88, so they're adding 10 points to their score. The Falcons roll in 83, so they're adding 8 points to theirs. And by a final score of 21-20, the Rams are going to take that one. Colts at the Bills. Colts roll a 55, so they're adding 2 points to their score. Bills roll a 9, so they're subtracting 8 from theirs. And the Colts will take that one by a final score of 15-0. Redskins and the Patriots. Redskins are adding 10 points to their score. Patriots, 43, have no change to theirs. So the Redskins are going to blow the Patriots out by a final score of 37-0. Lions and the Bears. We'll see the Bears on the board tomorrow. Lions roll a 70. They're adding 6 points to their score to go up to 22. Bears roll an 83. They're adding 8 points to go up to 16. But that won't be enough, as the Lions will take that one by a final score of 22-16. Steelers and the Cardinals. Steelers roll a 9, so they're subtracting 8 points from their score. Cardinals roll a 54, no change. The Steelers will still take that one by a final score of 10-0. Cowboys and the Packers. The other half of tomorrow night's board game is, of course, the Packers. Cowboys rolling 80. They're adding 8 points to their score. Packers rolling 9. They're subtracting 8 from theirs. And the Cowboys will take that one by a final score of 17-4. 49ers and the Saints. 49ers roll a 61. They're adding 3 points to their score. The Saints roll a 62. They're adding 3 points to their score. But the 49ers will take that one by a final score of 26-11. Jets and the Oilers. Jets roll a 3. They're subtracting 17 points from their score. The Oilers roll a 61. They're adding 3 points to theirs. And the Oilers will take that one from the Jets by a final score of 16-7. Chiefs and the Broncos. Chiefs roll a 51. They're adding 2 points to their score. Broncos roll a 74. They're adding 7 points to theirs. And the Chiefs will escape a nail-biter by a final score of 21-20. Dolphins and the Vikings. Dolphins roll a 77. They add 7 points to their score. Vikings roll an 11. They subtract 7 points from theirs. And the Dolphins will shut the Vikings out by a final score of 21-0. Chargers and the Raiders. Chargers roll a 23. They're subtracting 3 points from their score. Raiders roll a 12. They're subtracting 7 points from theirs. But that still will be plenty for the Raiders to win that one by a final score of 13-6. Last up, Giants and the Eagles, which should be a blowout on paper. Giants roll a 56. They'll add 2 points to their score. The Eagles roll a 12. They're subtracting 7 points from theirs. And the Giants will shut out the Eagles by a final score of 25-0. And that will do it for Ultra Quick Football and tonight's Week 3 block of Momentum Football. If your team won tonight, congratulations. If they didn't, there's always tomorrow night. Tomorrow night on the 1972 Momentum Football NFL season replay will be Week 4, as we'll be headed to the not-so-frozen tundra of Lambeau Field, as the Chicago Bears are in town to play the Green Bay Packers in a local favorite game. As for what else is scheduled on the channel, tomorrow Mystical Munchies will start out of the official Catan cookbook with the appetizer, Tavern Pretzel Bites, and Beer Cheese. Yes, Philip, Miami is still undefeated. Sunday we're doing some Call of Cthulhu Freeform, and Wednesday next week we're jumping back into our Night Fighter Ace as we jump back into our German Night Fighter as we play Night Fighter Ace by Compass Games. Thank you for watching the video. Please give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Be sure to turn on notifications so you get my content. Be well, stay safe, take care of yourselves and your loved ones, and I'll be back with more videos in the future. Until then, take care everyone.